Welcome to Hello and welcome to the Global Digital Annual Women Economic Forum 2021. It's my pleasure to welcome today's guest at this session on storytelling is a superpower of the 21st century. I extend my welcome to Sinjini Sengupta, founder of Lighthouse. Sinjini, since you are the only speaker here today for this session, it also gives me great pleasure on behalf of the Women Economic Forum to confer the Exceptional Leader of Excellence Award. Thank you, congratulations, and over to you. I will be stepping aside and I will come back in 5 minutes before the end of the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jay. Absolutely my pleasure to be able to address the audience today. Thank you. It is, of course, a pleasure and a privilege to talk about stories. Now, where do stories come from? To begin with, let's begin at the beginning. Imagine long back, maybe in a land far, far away. Around those times, our great grandfathers and our great grandmothers, they used to live in caves. And oftentimes after sunset, they would all retreat into their caves and wait for the sun to rise again. Something tells me that it must be a little girl somewhere. So this little girl, one day, far after sunset, slowly crawled out of her cave. She picked up 2 stones and she started to rub them against each other. And soon enough, a flame broke. Now you can imagine what happened next, of course. Her parents and everybody around her, they all came rushing and they reprimanded her. Are you mad? You are calling the sun god down on earth in these unearthly hours? But of course, and this is the Women Economic Forum. So we know that that quite does not stop women from inventing, innovating, discovering, and learning the new language of the new day. And since that evening, every day, as the sun would set, all these men and women, they would all gather together. They would make a small pile of dry twigs and dry leaves, and they would rub stones against each other until a fire would break. That was the time they all came together as communities. That was the time when they initially shared stories to protect themselves. You know what? There was a wild animal there. There is a honeybee pot. And soon enough, even before language was invented, they exchanged their emotions, their fears, their love, their desire, their plans through verbal, non-verbal gestures, through stick figures on the cave walls, as archaeologists tell us today. And that is exactly how stories was born. Now, of course, there were so many things back in those days that we do not see now. Most of the things have been rewritten. Our history has been overwritten by technology, by advancement of science and innovation and discovery and new tools and new gadgets. And yet, my dear audience today, think about it. Stories have only outlived every other discovery. Now, what do we do when we get up in the morning? Of course, swipe open our mobile phone screen and there you go. LinkedIn stories, Facebook stories, Instagram stories, you name it. Stories have been invented and reinvented, shaped and sized and colored and discovered for the language of the new horizon. And make no mistake, the horizon is shifting. Think of today. Today, now that we are not looking for security in careers, we are not looking for joining a job that we will retire out of 30 or 35 years later. Today, a time when democracy is taking over the authoritative style of leadership. Today, when of all times, we are talking about humanizing our interactions, our workplaces, our leadership style, our presence, our impact. There has been a long, long time coming. Of course, there was once a time when power, money was decided by how much land you own, or how many factories you own, how much machines you have, or even which Ivy college are you passing out from. But today, of all times, the biggest companies in the economy right now are those that have been born out of one single idea that changed the world. Not out of family businesses, not out of large multi-storied buildings, but intangibles. A Microsoft and Apple, all born out of university dropouts, empowered with one single idea out of garages. And that idea empowered with stories that can travel, that can actually influence people, that can make people believe in their dreams, that can make customers believe in their dreams and to buy and be a part of those dreams, that has now shaped the economy. Each one of our careers are shifting shapes. We are shifting from one department to another, from one company to another, from one industry to another, from a corporate job into entrepreneurship. We are talking creativity. We are stepping out of our mark sheets and scoreboards and the rat race that had empowered the industrial age model. And now we are talking about individuating our presence. But wait, how can stories really help us in that? Now, here is how stories, the art, the tool, the craft, the method behind the madness that is storytelling, can help each one of us to become empowered and to become transformed. Think about it. The first story that we tell ourselves are perhaps those that run between our 2 ears. What do we tell ourselves when we look in the mirror the first thing? You are awesome. I love you. Or wait, there are freckles on your face. Or are you going to face that large boardroom presentation today? Are you even prepared? Are you the best person ready for it? The dialogues, the internal narratives, the conversations we are having between the 2 ears are perhaps the biggest stories that we need to work upon. Stories heal. Stories are cathartic. Stories transform. Stories shift our belief about ourselves. Stories help us see ourselves more clearly and then to show up in front of the world. And there comes the second benefit of storytelling: interpersonal relationships. Now, for those of you who are parents, you know the importance of storytelling. Eat well and you will grow up stronger. Study well and you will become successful. We have been grown up on stories and we are doing exactly the same to our next generation. Why just children? The stories that we tell on negotiation table, the stories that we tell at the appraisal meeting with our manager, the stories that we tell our stakeholders, our investors, our colleagues, our teams, the small stories we share at the coffee machine at workplaces, the stories that we tell on the screen, on Zoom. Our relationships, our presence, the way people perceive us, our personal brand is but made of the stories that we tell, the way we show up, the way we are heard, the way we represent ourselves, the way we confidently carry ourselves. Who are you more like? The next door guy, the information guy, the expert, the leader, the follower, the connector, the maven, the salesperson? What is your persona? Your stories can build your personal authentic brand. So from internal stories now to personal branding stories. But there is more. Our personal is political. What do you think about? What are you worried about? What is your calling? What dent in the universe are you out to make? What is it you want to influence? Where do you want your impact to be? Your social messaging, your presence, the cause you stand up for, the cause you stay silent about, the cause you contribute to, the way you help, the way you show up, the way you are but a part of the ocean in a drop, your social calling, your social impact, your social legacy, your presence, your contribution in the bigger scheme of things is but the story that you tell, the reason that you establish why that is important to you. Why is that cause important to you? Why do you want to make change? Are you a change maker? Are you a social influencer? Are you a brand that is greater than your own self-interest? Are you a brand that is out to make the world a better place? That social story, that political story, that change-making story is going to be your third tool to be able to create your legacy. Not to forget, of course, the stories we tell in the boardrooms, the stories we tell in meetings, the stories we tell to pitch our products, to pitch our ideas, to make a business presentation. Long gone are the days when we are looking at PowerPoint slides and pie diagrams and we all shift on our chairs and say, when is lunch? We step out mentally when we talk data, fact, and when we are doing reporting in a more factual style. But what if you can do data storytelling? What if you can do business storytelling? What if you can engage and involve your audience in more kinesthetic ways, in more sensory ways? What if you can help people to come on the table, to engage, to converse, to become a part of your business presentations? What can you do to captivate people with your professional business data storytelling? There comes the fourth benefit of storytelling: data storytelling, business storytelling. And of course, not to forget, so many of you would be entrepreneurs just like me. When I started Lighthouse, the very first thing I had to tell people is, what do you do? And then I would tell, I help leaders, founders, change makers tell their story. And that makes all the difference. What line do you use when somebody asks you, what do you do? How do you present yourself? What do you say when it is a prospective customer? What do you say if it is an investor? What do you say if it is a prospective collaborator? What do you say if that is somebody you don't want to sell to? What do you say when your people, when your folks, when your family and friend asks you, what are you doing these days? How do you present yourself in a way so that people understand what you are doing and the impact it is making? There are these 5 benefits of storytelling I want you to take away: the internal storytelling, the personal, interpersonal storytelling, the social impact and change-making stories, the data and business stories, and finally, your stories as an entrepreneur, your founding stories, your investor pitch, your elevator pitch, your marketing stories, your success stories, your consumer stories. Storytelling is going to be the language of the future. Storytelling is going to transform the way you see the world, the way you run your business, the way you create your brand, the way your impact is seen, and the way you create your legacy in the world. At Lighthouse, I teach storytelling to leaders, founders, change makers, creators, coaches, L&D professionals, people who are aspiring TEDx speakers, people who want to make a difference with their creation, be it in written and spoken words. There are so many leaders and corporate executives who I work with who totally transform when they can shape up and take control of the conscious communication, the leadership visionary communication they speak the language of. There is so much that you can do if you are an entrepreneur. There's so much you can do if you are a parent. There is so much you can do if you are a leader of today or tomorrow. I have had a very interesting story myself. I have studied quantitative economics from ISI and then went on to become an actuary. And I qualified as an associate actuary and spent 12 years talking to the computer in the number language. I had nothing to do with the creative or the emotional side of my brain, my heart. It is only after a huge professional burnout that I discovered that we need to rediscover ourselves with stories and with emotional intelligence. The workplace that was belonging to the industrial age had its own decorum, had its own mainstreamed culture that does not fit the new requirements, the visionary future of work. We need to reinvent ourselves. Even if we continue in our old job, in our old industry, there is a demand, a new age of leadership. We need to reinvent ourselves. We need to become emotionally intelligent. We need to individuate ourselves. And that is exactly what I teach at Lighthouse. I teach a program called Stardust, where I bring in my creative writing. I wrote a book which was made into a film that was screened at Cannes in 2016. And then I wrote a number of columns and articles on lifestyle, on gender, on a number of social causes, as well as a number of creative and storytelling expertise causes that come together to become multiple formats of creative writing, of business writing. I spoke on TEDx twice on gender sensitivity, women at workplaces. I do get invited to talk to large platforms, large business schools, to be able to teach people on leadership, strategy, storytelling, diversity, inclusion, change making. I bring my creative writing, my public speaking, my outlook from my long experience of corporate life, 12 years of working as an actuary. And of course, my liberal arts studies from positive psychology and social understanding, sociology and self-determination theory. And I combine all of that and my Vipassana training, my mindfulness training, my spiritual seeking. I bring them all together to create a unique 8-stepped process that help us first look inwards and find our story. Then create that story, design the story to fit the attention span and the hook and the call to action for the stakeholders we want to talk to present that story with effective body language, with silence, with verbal and non-verbal gestures, and to be able to create a bank, a reserve, a resource, a legacy of stories, to be able to individuate our presence, our personal brand, our impact, our companies, our brands, our leadership, our presence, the way people talk about us behind the closed doors. It is my purpose and my passion in life to be able to serve the cause of bringing hearts to work and to help people to tell their stories so that it makes a huge difference in the way people see them, in the way they show up, in the way the world remembers them and remembers their work. It has been absolutely a privilege to talk to you, to be here today, and to address this large community. As women particularly, the way we need to tell our stories today has changed more than ever. We need to stand up and tell our stories. We need to own our stories. We need to shift our internal narratives. We need to own our presence. We need to create our legacy. Please visit me at lighthouse.co.in, lighthouse.co.in. And please send me a hello over LinkedIn. Find me out on LinkedIn. Just search with my name. It would be a privilege to connect with you. And it would be a privilege for me to help you with your story, to create a difference in your life. Thank you.